We are officially live on YouTube for the Real Talk segment. Let's go. Let's go. If you guys want to join the Real Talk segment, head over to YouTube. I will give you guys about 5 minutes to get over to YouTube, okay? I'll give you guys about 5 minutes to get over to YouTube. Okay. Boom. Check that out. All right. Yep. If you guys want to join us for our Real Talk segment, it's going to be fun. It's called Real Estate is Just Like Dating. That means Tinder. Okay. This is going to be today's Real Talk segment. It's going to be a good time. Boom. Let me go get some water, and we're going to jump right on the YouTube live, and we're going to get after it. It's going to be a fun day today. Thank you, everyone who showed up on the TikTok live. I appreciate you guys. I teach the class Monday through Friday. I teach the class Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, to be specific. If you guys would like to work with me directly, head to my link tree and fill out the real estate contact form. You can work with me directly. I can provide all the help you guys need to get into your first home. For everybody else, if you guys want to do a Real Talk segment, head over to the YouTube live. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to transfer over, and we're going to have a good time today, okay? Those of you guys here on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. We're going to have a fun conversation today, okay? Those of you guys on TikTok, if you guys want to join our Real Talk segment, we're going to do a Real Talk segment over on YouTube Live. So make sure you guys transfer over. I'm going to go grab some water, and we're going to come right back to it. All right? I'm going to grab some water, and we're going to come right back to it. All right. I got the BBC. I'm going to leave this up for you guys to transfer over to YouTube. YouTube, Brandon from Vegas, link in my link tree in bio. Okay. There you guys go. For those of you on YouTube, thank you. For those of you on TikTok, head over to the YouTube, and we're going to have a Real Talk segment today. We're going to have a Real Talk segment today. Okay? We've got about 50 people on the YouTube. We'll start YouTube when we have about 100 people. So we need about 50 more people, and we'll get started on the YouTube. So those of you guys watching on TikTok, if you guys want to join us for our Real Talk segment, just head over to the YouTube, and we'll get started when I come back, all right? $57, hold on. Hey, you guys on TikTok, head over to the YouTube. I'm about to log off of TikTok. The YouTube you can access right here. We're going to have a Real Talk segment, which is our most popular segment, where we have a genuine conversation about some stuff. So head on over to the YouTube. We're going to get after it. If you don't want to join the Real Talk segment, then come back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, and we will get right back to the real estate portion, all right? Thank you, guys. All right, YouTube. I hope all of you guys liked and shared and subscribed. I hope you guys did all that fun stuff. YouTube still doesn't have a way to flip to mirror the screen, which is probably my issue right here. Okay, so I want to explain to you guys what Real Talk is. I'm going to answer a few of your questions, and then we're going to dive into it, all right? I have a question. I'm trying to purchase a business and a home. Seller is willing to finance the loans. How can I get a loan? If the seller is going to finance it, then that's how you do it. You just write a contract. The seller will present you a contract with their lending requirements, and then that's your lender, is the seller. You'll be paying back the seller. They will put up the money. Okay? Okay. Here from TikTok, what's going on? My question is, the war going to... Don't worry about the war, guys. Do not worry about the war. What you guys are seeing with the war and what's actually going on are two different things. Just don't do it. Have you guys ever seen The Hunger Games? Have you ever seen the movie The Hunger Games or read the book The Hunger Games? Then you know how easy it is to fake war and to stage propaganda for war. So please, you guys, do not make financial decisions based on a war that you have no clue what's going on. Don't do that. Don't. Remember when you guys ran out this weekend to buy gas because apparently the pipelines were down, so you all ran out to buy gas? Remember that? Like, come on, let's not be silly. All right. Dude, I make $800 a month. My credit's okay, but I don't make any money. Can I still get a house? No. No. You are... Brian, listen to me. I do not sugarcoat anything. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. If you're a grown man in America, you cannot be making $800 a month. You must find a way to improve your skills, or you need to apply your skills in a better fashion. Okay? We live in a global economy nowadays. There's a million things you can do for money. A million things. Answer my question, please, Brandon. I don't know what your question was. Brandon, how long do you have to live in Vegas to qualify for down payment assistance? 1 day. You have to be in Vegas for 1 day. You have to show proof that you work here. That's it. You have to show proof that you work here. All right? All right. It's time to do our infamous Real Talk segment. And the segment is called How Real Estate is Just Like Dating. But this week, we're going to do it with a twist. Okay? My co-host Nika on the podcast. Hey, Moses, this is not a place to do real estate. The class, hey, you guys, this is not a continuation of Real Estate 101. Okay? This is a Real Talk segment. This is where we go to have a genuine conversation. So the real estate class is over. The real estate class was on TikTok. We're not on TikTok anymore. We're on YouTube. The reason we're on this is because I want to have a Real Talk segment with you guys. That was the whole gimmick. That was the whole point of switching over to YouTube, is to have a Real Talk segment. Right? So, for those of you guys who don't know, we do a podcast every Friday with my female co-host, Nika. And the entire podcast is on how real estate is just like dating. And I bring Nika on the channel because she's the voice for women in the conversation, right? So on this week's podcast, we're going to have Nika be the host, where she explains how real estate is just like dating from a woman's perspective. So what you guys are going to help me do is create topics for this Friday. That's right. We are going to use your guys' topics for the podcast on Friday. So I know I have a large female audience. I know there's quite a few women right now watching on YouTube. So what I'd like to discuss from you guys is, what are some things in dating that you want me to translate to real estate terminology, right? Because I have found when I talk about dating, people get offended. But if I explain it like it's real estate, people get less offended. So ladies, what are some topics that you guys want to cover this Friday that you want me to translate into real estate settling? Who is settling, Channy Cakes? I have found when women use the word settling, they may not understand what settling means. I have found that when women use the word settling, they may not know what settling really means. Plumbing? Well, no, that's not a real estate. Juan, I don't know. Like, you guys, we moved this to YouTube so we could have a genuine conversation. Okay? That's why I moved it from TikTok to here. What does settling mean to you, Brandon? I don't believe in the word settling. If you really want to know, I don't believe in the word settling. What does the word settling mean in dating? That you took less? That you somehow took less? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Right away, just check your home list and check all your boxes. Hey, okay, Channy Cakes. Channy Cakes. Channy Cakes. This is something I have to explain to women all the time. A lot of women are out here looking for their dream home when you don't have dream home money. If you were $1 million buyer, you would be able to pick exactly the way you want your home to be. You would just get a new build home. Do you understand? You would just get a new build home and you would customize it exactly the way you want to. But you don't have new build money because you're not that type of buyer. So you're not settling. You're not settling. What you're doing is you're buying what you can afford. You're getting the house that you can afford. I tell guys this all the time. Why are you chasing $1 million home when you're an FHA loan buyer? Why are you chasing after the 10 out of 10 model girl with her life together when your life's not together, right? And I tell women the same thing. Ladies, a lot of you think you're luxury homes, but if you don't have luxury buyers trying to buy you, you're not a luxury home. You're not a luxury home. It doesn't work that way. You don't get to just call yourself a luxury home. You don't get to do that. Which is why I said adjusting expectations, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, Brandon. Channy Cakes, what I have found, Channy Cakes, is that, here, let's take this analogy pretty deep. So, in the real estate world, there's buyers and houses. In the dating world, women would be the houses because women are born with inherent value. Do you guys understand? Women are houses because they're born with inherent value. Women don't go to the club trying to pick men up. They don't do that. Right? They go to the club. Going to the club for a woman is like an open house. She wears her sexiest dress that shows off whatever her most valuable asset is. If she's got big chest, she'll wear a low-cut shirt. If she's got a big butt, she'll wear the short shorts, whatever. She's just showing off it's an open house. She's just showing off what makes her house special, right? So in the real estate world, girls are houses, guys are buyers, right? And the problem, Channy Cakes, the problem is a lot of ladies aren't getting appraisals on your houses. Like a lot of you ladies aren't getting appraisals on your houses. Like you listen to a Lizzo song and you're like, I'm $1 million house. Lizzo said that I'm a $1 million house. Okay. Is $1 million buyer trying to buy you? No? Okay. Channy Cakes, let me put this in the real estate way. Channy Cakes, imagine you listed your house for $1 million. Imagine you listed your house for $1 million. and no one put an offer on your house for a year, wouldn't you lower the price? You're not $1 million house. Why? No one's trying to buy you for $1 million. Channy, what I have found with a lot of women is that you guys have lost the ability to tell the difference between a good renter and a good buyer. So you think just because $1 million guys are renting your house, that means you're worth $1 million. And that's just not true. Just because a guy is renting your house doesn't mean he would buy it for $1 million. It just means he can rent it because it's cheap. So women don't need to adjust their standards. Women need to get an appraisal. They need to get an appraisal. That's all. They just need an appraisal on their home. Yeah. All right. What else do you guys got for me? I want you guys, let's keep this to women only, because the class for Friday is going to be a women class. So, what the fuck? Yeah, the class for Friday is going to be a woman-led class. So, we're going to do real talk from there. You guys, if we can't get more chatter and more activity on the YouTube, I'm going to have to keep it on TikTok. And if I keep it on TikTok, you guys know what's going to happen. We're going to get a bunch of trolls. So if you guys want me to keep it on YouTube where we can have a private conversation, then you guys got to be more proactive, right? Like, I'm looking to you guys to help me build out the podcast, which means I need you guys to be a bit more proactive. Like, I'm looking at the chat and there's 47 people in here and we're not getting much in terms of like feedback. So I might have to keep this on TikTok if we can't get any sort of proactivity. I'll give it a few more seconds and then I'm going to have to I'm going to give it a few more seconds, then I'm going to have to. I meant maybe like your first home doesn't have to have a pool. If you can afford one, like Channy Cakes. Here's what happens. Buyers reach out to me and they say, I want my house to be 4 bedrooms in Summerlin with a pool. Okay. And then I show them what that costs. And then they go, oh shit, okay, maybe I want this, right? And then they bring their house in line with their budget, pretty much. They bring their house in line with their budget. All right. You have any advice for a dude to make money? I have a job. This isn't that channel, my guy. Investing in the wrong man. Okay, so who said that? Shanna Windman, investing in the wrong man. Shanna, you need to understand something. Shanna, you're the house. You're the house, which means for the buyer to get your house, you had to choose the buyer. They had to get pre-approved for your house. So you didn't invest in the wrong man. You didn't have a strong enough pre-approval for buying your house. Right? Like, that's, like, Shanna, you're the house. The buyer doesn't just get to buy your house. He had to get pre-approved for your house. If you let him get pre-approved that easy, that's your fault. That's your fault. You should have had a higher standard of pre-approval for your home. You know what I mean? Let's see. Okay. You guys, I don't think we're going to be able to keep doing this on YouTube just because the conversation's not here. The reason I wanted you guys to come to YouTube is so that we could have a more authentic interaction, but this is really awkward where I'm sitting here waiting like 30 seconds to get the Priya Preble letter was a fake. Then why were you so easily deceived? Right? Like ultimately, Shanna, what I want you houses to understand is that it's your fault. I want you guys to take accountability and responsibility. I'm tired of you guys telling me you're strong and independent, but then telling me that you're easily tricked by losers. These men aren't like high-level manipulators. You guys are getting tricked. You guys are getting tricked and deceived by like the most low-level basic of manipulative men. These guys aren't even the high-level ones. You guys are getting tricked by the average loser. And I need you to accept that you're being easily tricked and that you don't know how to defend yourself. But we live in this world where you ladies pretend to be so strong and perfect and independent, and then you turn around and tell me that these losers are tricking you. Well, how are you so fucking strong and independent if you're so easily tricked by losers? Right? Like stand up and say, we don't know how to choose good men. We're constantly tricked by losers. Stand up and say that. Acknowledge your flaws and weaknesses as a house, and you'll watch good men show up to save you. But you don't get to sit here and tell good men that you guys are strong and independent and awesome, and then also be like, we're strong and independent and awesome, but loser-ass dudes can trick us into selling our houses for cheap. You don't get to have it both ways. You got to pick one or the other. Got to pick one or the other. All right, you guys, we gave it a shot, but after 22 minutes, we don't really have much interaction here. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just making conversation. I've been married 7 years. That's good. That's good, Shannon. That means you've built a home with somebody, and you've started gaining equity, which is the whole point of all this, is to build equity, right? You have built 11 years worth of equity, which is really good. All right. I'm going to give you guys about another 5 minutes to give me a real estate term or a dating term so that we can keep this thing going. If not, that's okay. We'll just do this on TikTok Live from now on, and we'll do it that way. Are we no longer talking about real estate? Dude, when you guys signed up for this, what did it say? What did it say on the board when you guys signed up for this? Real estate class is over, real talk segment on YouTube Live. That's what it literally said that on the board. It literally said that on the board. Look, this is what it said on the board as you guys were transferring over. Real estate class is over. Real talk segment on YouTube Live. That's literally, look, I didn't hide it from you. It says it on the board. You were literally watching my TikTok where it said that. I don't know how to make it clearer. I literally don't know how to make it any clearer. Body count as it relates to real estate. Oh, that's the easiest one. Channy Cakes. This is the one. Channy Cakes. The reason I use this analogy is because when guys try to explain body counts to women, women get offended because you guys have been trained. Do you know why women get offended? You guys get offended for the same reason religious people get offended when you tell them God is not real. Because you guys have built your entire life around this idea that you can just have sex with as many guys as you want to, and it doesn't change anything. And you've built your entire career and life around that. And So to believe that it is true, that means you have to go back on your life and realize how many mistakes you've made, and your ego just can't take that. Your ego just can't accept that, oh shit, I have let a lot of dudes have sex with me that I probably shouldn't have. So I will explain body count in real estate terms. Channy Cakes, when you go to buy a house, would you rather have a brand new build where you have customized every single room in that house to your specifics? Or would you rather buy a home that 17 people have rented out and kicked holes in and messed up the carpets and not fixed the plumbing and not fixed the roof and just let that house go to shit? Which one would you rather have? The one that's been rented 17 times or the brand new house? The answer is pretty obvious. The answer is pretty obvious. All right. Well, I've just realized now why custom, of course. Okay, Channy Cakes, that's how guys feel about you. Channy Cakes, that's how guys feel about you. We would rather have a new build that's custom to us rather than one that's been worn out by 17 other renters. If 17 other dudes decided that they didn't want to buy your house, why should I buy your house? Are those 17 other guys better than me? Right? 17 other dudes have been inside your house and they didn't want to buy it. So why the fuck would I want to buy your house? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. All right, guys, this was fun. We're going to keep trying to do real talk segments here, but if it's a little slow and awkward like this, then I'm just going to keep it on TikTok and we'll just keep it PG-13. So thank you guys for trying something cool with me. We'll try again tomorrow to do a segment, but I will see you guys all tomorrow on live at 10 o'clock. Thank you.